Welcome, Cancer and Cancer Cross Watchers, to your, I was almost at June, January 2023 monthly love reading. So I hope that everyone had a safe and happy New Year. Um, for those of you that have been around for a while, I really enjoyed shuffling on camera and the cards coming out, so you'll see that a bit more often. And of course, please take this as it resonates and always use your intuition when making decisions about your life, because this is a general reading. And cross watchers, you're welcome to flip the rules if that resonates better with you. So I do want to let everybody know that private readings are available now. So I will leave my email below in the description box if you'd like to schedule a private reading. Oh. Oh yeah, if you think they have any intentions of letting you get away, I almost want to say, like, think again. Yeah, and it's not a like forceful energy. We have the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. With the Son of Cups, that's the Knight of Cups. It does feel like they just want to make sure you can see everything. They plan to do it lovingly, but anyway, we'll get into it. So I do want to apologize. I'm sorry I have a coffee here. I'm just going to take a quick sip. Excuse me. So we have the Five of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands here as the situation to start off with. And I actually feel that it kind of feels like either you or someone is running interference for you. I feel like there's somebody here that is really, really defensive. But it's also this energy of like being defensive, but wanting to show the damage that's been done. You know what I mean? It's almost like I can see this person saying like, you can't touch Cancer, but look what you did to them. It's that kind of an energy. I don't know what happened, but it definitely feels like your security has been shaken. I feel like Cancer, there's definitely somebody that's really defensive of you, okay? But it doesn't feel like they are defensive against you, if that makes sense. So I think we'll start on your person's side. We have the World and the Seven of Cups. The World, of course, is reversed. So the World talks about kind of closing out cycles. It's that last step to close out that cycle before you go into the Fool again, right? Which is the, potential for new beginnings. And I feel like this person okay. Trying to find a nice way to say this. Um, I feel like they have no intention of letting you get away. I feel like it's almost this energy of um, them wanting you to pick them over all the other options. It's like they want you to pay attention to the history that the two of you had and what was built between the two of you, rather than this one time that they messed up, if that makes sense. And now I'm not saying that that's actually the case, because I feel like you may see it differently, but that's what's in their headspace. So I just want to say, when I am talking about what's in their head and their heart space, it doesn't mean that that is how you see it. It's just that's where they're coming from. So I just wanted to say that. Anyway, I feel like they are, it just feels almost like a bit of a scrambling energy. I feel like they're determined to make sure that you will not be single because you'll be with them. It just feels like they don't know how to go about it. I feel like they're trying to like reach into their tool bag. It does feel like this person knows you well enough to have a couple of different approaches up their sleeve to win your love back, really. And I don't know how, I just kind of feel like you may be feeling like the damage is done. Um, I feel like this person doesn't see it as over. There's no two ways about that. What's in their heart space is the Nine of Pentacles. I'm not good at holding three cards, so hold on. And the Nine of Pentacles is that pre-empress. It's the, and please don't get too hung up on the gender. It's that single lady, a single person that has everything that they need, and everyone can see that. But it's reversed. So I feel like this person, it's like whatever they did, they know they can't ride on, oh, it's because of, this or that. It's like, not that people use their past as excuses for poor behavior. Maybe some people do. Of course, we know that. But I feel like this person, I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time. I feel like they don't really have any intention of doing that. If they have done that in the past, um, it's like they know that they're like there's no excuse for what happened. And I feel like if they have been kind of riding on the coattails and been like, oh, I did this because of this happening in the past or whatever, they know they can't come to you with that this time, because if you haven't already, I feel like that would kind of seal the deal here. And by that, it's like close them off, almost like a vacuum sealer. You know what I mean? I feel like this person, it does feel a little bit like they're kind of up at night trying to figure out how to do this. I feel like, well, they may not be trying to kind of ride the coattails of their past situations that could, excuse or explain their behavior. Excuse me. I do feel that they are looking at wanting to capitalize on the history that the two of you have. It's like, because that's how it seems to be that their intent to treat you properly is genuine from what I'm seeing in the cards. But it does feel that their strategy to do so is to capitalize on what the two of you had when it was good. It's almost like this energy of, don't throw away everything that we had for this one thing that happened, so on and so forth. It's like they, um, that song, it's like, it's only a rain shower. We've been through worse weather. That seems to be this person's. And it does feel, okay, I'm not trying to advocate for this person if you feel that you're done with them. But from their perspective, they really do have feelings for you. I feel like it's almost like they understand that they might not know how to treat you properly. Um, it doesn't really feel that this person has taken any steps to fix that. It's almost like they would rather fix that as the two of you move forward in the relationship rather than addressing it, if they need to with a professional, or even getting a self-help book or whatever. It just feels like this person, um, and that doesn't mean that they won't. It feels like their number one focus right now is you, and making sure that um, they don't kind of, that nobody else gets in the way, that they don't miss their chance here. Because their actions or intentions towards you is the Sun, or this would be the Knight of Cups. So this is a little bit questionable. Before I open my big mouth, I'm just gonna pull a clarifier. Everything we need to know. Oh, good. Okay. So we have the Strength card at the bottom of the deck, but the King of Cups came out. So the reason I wanted to pull another card is that the Son of Cups, or the Knight of Cups, it is someone that is very romantic, very sweet, almost that kind of romantic idealist. It's like this is the kind of person that would, plan a picnic and they want to kind of lie in the grass and, that sort of thing. Very romantic. And I feel like, but the other part of the Knight of Cups is that it's not a very stable, it's not a quick in, quick out sort of thing, but it is non committal. But with it being clarified by the King of Cups, I feel like that's a good sign. The King of Cups is someone that's very emotionally mature. It's maybe not somebody that is the most demonstrative, but it is somebody that feels deeply, that cares about the people around them, that isn't, they may not be forthcoming about commitment. And I'm just saying, generally speaking, okay? It doesn't really feel like that applies here. So actually, give me a sec. I feel like this person seems to think that the Knight of Cups approach is going to attract you more than the King of Cups. It's like they're going to come in with the Knight of Cups energy, and if that doesn't do it, they're going to flip into a King of Cups, a more mature, almost like a more evolved version of that. It's like they might come in and try to be flirty and fun and romantic, and when, if and when that approach doesn't work, they're going to flip in being really serious. And kind of like getting to the heart of the issue. I feel like this person, the King of Cups, if they have a message to get across, they're going to be straightforward about it, but it's going to be a gentle delivery, if that makes sense. It's like they'll get their message across, but they're not going to come out and use words as weapons. And I feel like this person doesn't actually have any intention to use their words as weapons. I feel like they don't want to do that to you. I also feel like they seem to think that if they tried that with you, you might throw a drink in their face. I don't think I've actually ever said that on the channel, because I've never felt that before. But I feel like this person kind of thinks that if they try to pull that business with you, you're gonna throw a drink in their face. So of course, don't, I'm not supporting that or saying that you should do that, of course, but that's kind of what they're seeing. So that does seem to be. Hold on for a second. I also want to say, just kind of to circle back here, I feel like whatever it is that you wanted this person to offer you in the past, that's what they're coming in with. They're going to do it in a fun and flirty way. Like, if, for example, may not be the actual situation, but if you wanted to go to the next step and move in with this person or something like that, and they're like hemming and hawing and I don't know, and then they kind of, they wouldn't answer your messages late at night, or there was something like, yeah, I'm kind of seeing that for those with that specific situation, this may be very specific. It's like they weren't doing anything that they shouldn't have, but they purposely didn't answer your messages, your phone calls, because they wanted you to be worried. They were not worried about their safety, but they wanted there to be some ambiguity there because they wanted you to pursue them. They wanted a bit of jealousy. And I feel like this kind of romantic, idealistic, non committal approach, I feel like they're going to have to kick into the King of Cups energy real quick. So, in your headspace, this was really interesting that all 4 cards came out. I do want to say, I don't know if you noticed at the beginning, but these were already out because I forgot that I wanted to do it on camera. So that's why they were there. But anyway, we have the Chariot, which of course is your card, the Hangman, the Tower, and the 5 of Swords. Like, for the love of God. Sorry, I'm not trying to be over dramatic. I say that in the middle of me being dramatic. But anyway, so Cancer, I feel like you have every intention of holding your ground. Whatever it is that happened with this person, whatever it is that they did, I'm just gonna flip this around the other way. I feel like whatever ground you seem to have made in terms of the conflict or confrontation with this person, you're not giving any of it up. I feel like either You know what it feels like? I feel like you may have brought the tower down on this person. They kind of messed around. They pulled some garbage that they shouldn't have. And I feel like they may have been underprepared for the, I want to say, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but I'm going to be, for like the hellfire that you brought down on them when they did what they did. And now, of course, it may not be that potent, but it just feels like you're looking at this situation like this person pushed you to the point that you felt that that was necessary. And I feel like there is still some, I feel like cooler heads are prevailing overall, but there is a lot of resentment here. I feel like you're resentful that this person pushed you to that point, that they took advantage of you. I feel like this person might have been someone that told you, like, you know, that they would never do that to you, that they would never this, that they would never that, and then look what they did. So I just feel like you are keeping your wits about you. You're not letting this, sabotage your success or compromise your integrity. But there is a lot under the surface here. I feel like um, it's almost like you hold on to your purse or your wallet with this person around. I feel like you seem, I'll be straight with you. I think that you want to be able to trust them. I feel like there are still residual feelings for this person. And that's not to say, hang on, in case you're getting mad right now, that's not to say that you are going charging towards this person or you're going to do this or that. It just is, if the breakup is fresh, of course you still have feelings for them, right? It's that sort of thing. So it's like, yes, maybe there's this baby deer of emotions for this person with the Page of Pentacles here. Um, but I feel like, I almost want to say, like, this MF over here is going to have to start at square one. It's like they're going to have to start almost at like -1 to repair the damage that's been done here. Um, because they really did a number on you. And I feel like whatever you have offered this person previously, listen, I know this is anecdotal, but in my experience and my understanding of cancers is that you guys are very loving, of course, but you're really there for the people around you. You really genuinely care about them. And you show that in your actions. And of course, everybody does that to some degree, but it's something that is very natural, that you're very driven to do. That it's like you, not only do you see the value in it, but you're someone that gets a lot out of doing that and having the appreciation on the other end. And I feel like you have no intention. I feel like this person, if you do allow them back, I'm not saying you will, if you do, I feel like they're going to be real surprised about who the version of you that they're going to get, because it feels like it's one that um, I listen. I understand that what this person did may have been very challenging, um, but I'm just the reader, so all I'm seeing, I don't know what they did. I'm just seeing what's in the cards, and I do feel a bit bad for this person. Hang on, because I feel like if they come in too early and you haven't had a chance to like let go of the resentment and being really pissed off, essentially, I feel like they're in for a rude awakening. It's almost like if this person thought that there wasn't another side to you, that you would just be loving and kind and caring regardless of what they did. Like, reality check, my friend, because like that's the kind of, whereas you may have been very loving and doting on this person, and it doesn't feel, I gotta give you some credit here, despite the fact that you are feeling some resentment, um, it seems like there's a deeper seated issue here, actually. We're gonna come back to that. But just to finish the original sentence, So despite the fact that there is some resentment here, you don't seem to present as the type of person that would take any delight in showing this person a different side of you. It feels like it's part of you showing them how much they've hurt you. And so sometimes it can present as, the person that's in your shoes is taking a little bit of delight in the tables being turned, but you're not. That's not who you are. That's not what you're about. This isn't what you wanted in the first place. You don't want to be in a situation where two people are not on each other's teams, right? It's like you don't want to be a part of that. You didn't want it to be this way. And I feel like you actually may not have made the decision. Some of you anyway, this may be specific. But I feel like some of you, it feels like you're a little bit on the fence about this person. I almost feel like you may have made the decision at one point, and now that, or like when this person comes back around, they seem to pull at your heartstrings. I do feel like there's this voice in you that it's like, even when this person is being sweet or kind to you, if you do allow them back, if this if this person has stepped out on you or something of that nature, I feel like every time they do something sweet, especially when you're still in this energy, even if it's just, that you agree to be friends or something like that. I'm seeing you guys at a pool hall or something, and they reach over, they're trying to show you something, and you're looking at them, and they're trying to be like cute and flirty and Knight of Cups energy, and you're looking at them like, is that what you did with the other person? Is that what that was? You know what I mean? It just feels like, I want to say everything is suspect, but it's not like that because you're not suspicious. It's just there's a real fork thrown in the mix of the dynamic between the two of you, if at some time you should choose to let them back in, which you may not, okay? It just feels like if the two of you decided to try to be friends or something like that, it feels like it would be a painful experience for you, especially when it comes to that sort of thing. Um, Whereas your person, it's like they would feel like they're getting their cup filled because they really want to be around you. So, just want to talk about this Ace of Swords here for a second, kind of mirroring this Tower. So, listen, man, I feel like you're going to come to a certain truth about this situation. I do feel, Cancer, one way or another, you are going to get some peace in this situation. It may not be something, um, it may not be an easy decision, but when you make that decision, there may be some sorrow attached to it, but I feel that it will bring you some peace. It may make you defensive against new people for a while, but not quite to the extent that you're completely blocked. It's really more like, um, it's almost like people are going to have to walk through a metal detector to get into your world, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It's like you're going to be checking pockets, you're going to be checking all the things, and like, whereas before you may have just looked in the bag, you're dumping the whole thing out and you're looking through it. You know what? I don't know why that's the imagery, but whatever it is, you're going to be thoroughly checking anybody that, puts in an application, so to speak. So I just want to touch on this Emperor reverse, excuse me. Excuse me. The Emperor, of course, talks about that it's that the divine masculine energy. And I feel like your heart kind of still wants to see this person. The part of you that still loves them wants to see them as the Emperor. It's like you're kind of wishing that you were back in that space before they messed up that cup, right? And things were still right side up. Can't remember how that was. Yeah, like that. But I feel like what they've done here, it almost feels like the more you're around them, the more it makes your skin crawl. Like if you, it's like maybe they try to, put their arm around you, or it's like if their arm brushes up against you, you kind of recoil. Because I feel like despite the fact that your heart may still have some soft, sweet feelings for this person, um, I feel like you don't see them as your divine masculine or a divine masculine anymore. I feel like you see them as, um, it's almost like even if they do have a strand of this King of Cups, I feel like you don't, of this King of Cups energy rather than the Knight of Cups. I feel like you see them. Um, you don't believe it. You don't believe that this is a true part of their personality. I feel like you find them a bit manipulative. It's almost like when they kind of, if they were to look at you, with a flirty kind of like, hello, like come hither sort of look, I feel like to you, it would actually be infuriating because it's almost like, how dare this person do what they did and then come over here and smile and flirt like we're going to be cool, that it's, that all of a sudden it's just going to be fine, because it's not fine. It's not okay what they did to you. And you may be a forgiving person, but that doesn't mean you're going to stand here. It's almost like they want to hop, skip, and jump to everything being fine again. And that's not how it works. I feel like that kind of fun and flirty energy actually may feel a bit flippant to you. It feels disrespectful. It feels like, it almost feels like this person isn't taking it seriously. And I feel like because that's their initial approach and they don't come in with this one first, when they start to present with this one, you're not buying it. So, I think we're going to pull an advice card. I'm just, oh, we do have the Chariot here as well, which of course is, your cards come out twice in this reading. So the advice, Three of Pentacles with the Three of Wands. So the Three of Pentacles talks about working together, and the Three of Wands talks about waiting for your ships to come in. So Cancer, I'm going to be straight with you here. This may not resonate with everyone. There is some encouragement here to put some work in. Hang on. I feel for those of you that actually kind of you just can't do that with this person. There is a message here that there are other connections, maybe not necessarily romantic, but there are other connections that have kind of been waiting for you to turn towards them. And it's almost like, family, or the people, those friends that are like family. I feel like those are the ones that, you can lean into. And I feel like if those people may have warned you about this person, or kind of told you, like, listen, this one's a total, whatever. I was gonna say a total screwball, but I feel like that's a little judgmental, so I stopped myself. Anyway, um, those people are not going to judge you for loving somebody, are not going to judge you for, um, falling for somebody and giving them the benefit of the doubt. And it's like those people are going to come in and they're going to be defensive of you, not towards you. Those are the people that are going to, it's almost like they're not going to be angry with you for that. I feel like they would turn to this other person and be, it's like their anger is, or their frustration, whatever it is put in the right direction, in the direction of the person that messed around and destroyed what the two of you could have had. I also feel patience can be a four-letter word for me because I'm real bad at it. Um, but I actually feel like the word patience to you may come as a bit of a relief. I feel like the fallout from this situation, I feel like there's so much going on with you internally that knowing that you need a little bit of patience to deal with this situation, it seems to kind of take the edge off. It's almost that moment of like where you're super stressed out and then you realize it and you kind of let your, like you take a deep breath and you let your shoulders fall down. It's that kind of an energy here. I feel like that may be your reaction to um, understanding that I feel like there is something that comes along that gives you a bit more healing in this situation. I'm not so it doesn't feel like it's really got anything to do with this person. It feels more like you come to an understanding of something. You seem to It's one of those moments where it's like you might be doing something else, maybe you're washing dishes or something that's kind of easy and monotonous, and you have one of those like, "Oh my god, that's what it was." And I can see you kind of sitting back in your chair and be like, "Holy cow." It's like your mind gets blown a little bit by it. And I feel like when that happens, if you have been feeling heavy, if you have been feeling weighed down or just kind of like out of sorts, discombobulated, when you have that moment where you see things, it seems to put the spring back in your step. And I'm I'm actually really overjoyed to see that because it just feels like you really get back to being yourself, your happy Cancer self. So that's what I have for you today, Cancer. If this reading resonated, I'm sorry, but I hope it helped. Um, I do want to let you know just a bit of quick housekeeping if you've made it this far. Um, I will have the mini weeklies coming out on Sunday, but next week the kids and I are all going back to school, so I may not have time to get these longer weekly readings done. But if you keep an eye on the community section, I will post there and let you know on Sunday. Um, I love you so much, Cancer. We'll see you next time.